So the second way to classify manufacturing processes is based on point of customer order. And this classification is really important for our course. So please be attentive. So before I discuss those four types of processes based on point of customer order, let me emphasize that this classification depends upon two types of processes, and they are pull processes and push processes. So execution of pull processes is initiated in response to a customer order. We do not make anything unless we receive the customer order. So customer demand at till that point is known with certainty, may also be referred to as reactive processes because they react to customer demand, often constrained by inventory and capacity decisions that were made in the push phase. The push processes are executed in anticipation of customer order. We don't exactly know the customer orders, but we do things in anticipation. Demand is not known and it must be forecast. These processes may also be referred to as speculative processes because they respond to speculated demand. Okay. Operate in an uncertain environment because customer demand is not yet known. So there is a push-pull boundary between these two types of processes in many organizations that separates push processes from the pull processes. So there are some processes or activities within the organization that we can perform without exactly knowing the customer order. And then there are some activities or processes that we perform after knowing the customer order. So those performed in anticipation are push processes, and those performed after knowing the customer order are pull processes. So that is the uh, two types of processes. And in between is what we call the push-pull boundary. The push-pull boundary that separates the push processes and pull processes, and the position of this boundary actually determines the a type of process based on customer order. So this is where actually we receive customer order and then perform certain activities. So these are the pull activities. So position of this push-pull boundary varies from organization to organization. So this is where customer order arrives, push-pull boundary. So based on this, we have four types of processes based on the position of push-pull boundary. The first one is engineer to order. The products whose customer specifications require unique engineering design, significant customization, and new purchased material are engineered to order products. Each customer order results in a unique set of part numbers, bill of materials, and routings. So we make unique products as per customer specifications in engineer to order organizations. Then we have make to order processes. Here we produce to customer specifications similar to engineer to order after an order has been received. Critical operations issues here are customer customization, minimizing the time required to complete the order. So the basic difference between engineer to order and make to order is that here the product is made according to customer specifications, and based on customer specifications, generally design is also made by the organization providing the product. Make to order, generally design is provided by the customer. So the word engineer here means to design. So that is the basic difference between the two. Then we have assemble to order, build to order, adding options according to customer specifications. Here again, customer input is important, but about the configuration of the product, not about the design of the product. Critical operations issues are minimizing the inventory level of standard components, minimizing the delivery time of the finished products. And make to stock, here we produce in anticipation of the demand. And critical operation issues are forecasting future demand and maintaining inventory levels. So all commodity items, standard items like televisions, mobiles, books, cars, etc., they are all made to stock. In assemble to order, we already have the components and sub-assemblies available and we assemble them as per customer order. So classical examples are personal computers that are assembled as per customer order. So the decoupling point is again the point that separates the push processes and pull processes in an organization. So after a few minutes, I will take questions. I want to just complete this discussion. So the manufacturing environments can be classified according to the position of the decoupling point. So based on this, we have four types of processes as we discussed. So let's discuss them graphically with the help of a figure. So decoupling point in the case of engineer to order organization is this one. So nothing is done unless customer order is received, and based on customer order, we design the product, we purchase the materials, manufacture the product, assemble it, and ship it to the classical example in projects organization is Descon or Etamad or Izhar, etc. These are all examples of such types of organization if they are designing as well as making the product as per customer specifications. In make to order, this is the push-pull boundary. So we already have the inventory of raw material available and we make the product as per customer specification. So maybe we are making a furniture according to customer specification. So the raw material is standardized, wood and other elements that we have, but we make the product as per customer requirements. So that is make to order. In assemble to order, this is the decoupling point. Here we also have the inventory, but this inventory is of components and sub-assemblies. So sub-assemblies and components. Here in the case of make to order, it was the inventory of raw material, but in assemble to order, this is the inventory of components and sub-assemblies, and we assemble them according to customer order, so assemble to order. So classical example are personal computers. Some organizations do assemble, for example, bicycles for kids as per order. So different elements are joined, specific seat design or specific frame design are assembled as per customer requirements. And there are other examples as well. And in make to stock, this is the decoupling point. So we have manufactured the part, assembled it, and we have the inventory, but here inventory is of finished goods, and we ship the product as per customer order. So all standard items like ceiling fans, air conditioners, shampoo, soap, cars, all are examples of make to stock items. So you can notice that the delivery lead time is the longest in engineer to order. It is relatively small in make to order, smaller in assemble to order, and smallest in the case of make to stock. So delivery lead time is the time between the receipt of customer order and the delivery of the product. So push type supply chains are forecast driven and pull type are demand driven. We will explain this point later. So here are some examples. So in engineer to order, the process starts with raw material and suppliers. So this is where the process starts. We start right from the basic raw material. In make to order, some or most of the material is available with the supplier, and this is from where the supply chain starts. In assemble to order, we already have on hand sub-assemblies and raw materials, and we assemble them as per customer order. And in make to stock, the finished goods inventory is used to fulfill the customer order. So you can see the cycle is longest in the case of ETO, right from the basic raw material. It is smaller in the case of MTO and smallest in the case of make to stock. Examples of make to stock include ready to wear suits. You go place order and the product is immediately delivered. Or standard medicines, tablets, or grocery items, they are also made to stock. Assemble to order examples are personal computers, or if you get something packaged according to your requirements. So the product is standardized in this case, but it is packaged as per your requirements. So here the example of razors is given. So whether you need a 5 razor pack or 10 razor pack, so it is assembled as per your requirements, but assembly here means the packing. Examples of make to order are specially made fabric for a specific event. So special embroidery is done. So that is example of make to order. Or any item, anything that you make according to customer requirements. It could be furniture, it could be some specific equipment, it could be specific car or anything that will come under make to order. And in engineer to order, non-standard fabric or components not yet specified by designer, examples of engineer to order. Okay, so this is a very good summary of this discussion. So if we move down from engineer to order to make to stock, and we have variety on the y-axis and volume on the x-axis, I hope you can link this figure with our discussion on 5 types of processes. I'm intentionally not going to link it here, but you can get a fair idea which type of those 5 processes will be engineer to order and which one will be make to order and so on. So in engineer to order, the frequency is project type in engineer to order. So type of processes are very similar to project. And as we move down up to make to stock, the processes are very similar to mass or continuous processes. So I hope you can link the concepts now. Tasks in engineer to order or make to order are diverse and complex. And as we move down, the processes are repeated, divided, and specialized. The customer lead time is very long in the case of engineer to order and make to order, and it is very short in the case of make to stock. So if I link them, if I link this figure with the previous discussion, so engineer to order processes are almost always project type or maybe jobbing, but mostly they are project type. Make to order again could be these two. So project or jobbing. Now assemble to order is a little tricky. So it could be a batch process. Mostly it is a batch process. And make to stock is almost always line process or continuous process. So if you are not clear, we will discuss this in the question answer session. And finally, this figure is showing the example of a restaurant. So if you just place the order and whatever you are purchasing is already made, it is already baked and is in the finished good inventory, and you place the order and get your food item, that is the example of make to stock. If ingredients are already made, but the recipe or the mixing is done as per your requirements, or in other words, assembly is done according to your requirements and the product is delivered, that is example of assemble to order. And if everything is made as per your requirements, we only have ingredients, recipe is made according to your requirements, and mixing and assembly is done according to your requirements, that is example of make to order. So I hope it is clear, but as I was recording, so I didn't let the questions in. Now, if you have any questions, you can ask.